during the ship. So
I noticed there was that one ship at Mermaid's Hideaway that I was kind of nervous about.
yeah,
Right? And I think that was just them.
it could
right?
have been. Yeah,
And they just like came after us the second we came up.
I don't recall which direction they came from, but it's probably not too hard to figure it out.
So like I don't know. It was a really weird thing though. Like we got some rep out of it, but I was just so annoyed.
Yeah.
By the end of it all.
Yeah,
although
and
they were kind of cool. They were kind of cool about it, but it's like at the end of the day, it's like fuck. We really let that happen to us.
But I still don't understand what their motive was behind it, because if they said that they were maxed out with everything, then why did they need a flag? And if they are maxed out with everything, why wouldn't they let us hand stuff in? Because we didn't even fight back at all. So I mean, why weren't they just letting us hand stuff in and then take the flag? Is what I really don't understand.
Well, it sounded like there was like one person on their crew that they were like disagreeing with.
The one that they wanted to throw in the brig.
Yeah, so maybe that person took the flag, and I don't know. But maybe they also just decided that, you know, they wanted to be nicer to us.
Well, but their whole ship was firing at us. So it wasn't just one person doing that. It was at least two of them.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying like after the fact, after they sunk us, they'd like, oh, it's these guys from 3 hours ago.
I guess. Well, but still, like, they spent quite a while lighting us up. And then...
Yeah, it is weird. It's all very weird. All of it. Maybe one of them convinced the others. It's like, hey, maybe we shouldn't. I don't know. Because there's definitely some internal conflict going on with them. Alright, so are we raising Athena then? Or no?
Sure. I saw that there's one other Athena out there. I haven't looked to see what other emissaries there are. There's no Reaper. I didn't see any Gold Hoarder or Athena, or what's it? Order of Souls. I'll go and vote, because I haven't yet.
I didn't yet either. I was just kind of spacing out and grabbing stuff from barrels.
I'm not really too worried about getting a whole bunch of supplies, which is annoying because I spent like the first 15 minutes on the last game getting pretty much supplies from everywhere on the island, and then getting something like 2 trophy fish and a bunch of other fish, pretty much.
Yeah, I've had a couple of instances of that where I was the one gathering, and then we were all like, "Oh no, we're not going with this size of ship." But it's like, fuck.
Yeah.
I know the feeling.
You can choose the whole library. I've got some Athena quests too. So, okay, here's what I was going to suggest for the Athena quest. We go ahead and...
we should make ourselves look really, really plain.
Well, we could just go with the default.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Some people do that.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, it's like, it might scare better good players away, or sorry, bad players away if we wear higher level stuff, but it could also attract higher level players.
Could.
You know? But then again, anybody who knows what that flag, emissary flag is, won't care either way. I guess we can just wear whatever then. I'm thinking about it.
So here's what I'm going to propose. I'll put down one quest, and we go ahead and vote for that, and then we do...
We feel like.
Yeah, we get as many Athena things as we can. Yeah, exactly. And then abort that quest, and then start up another one, and basically just rack up a bunch of... Like, we probably won't get a chest of legends, but we will still get a whole bunch of different Athena items. And I would imagine that altogether they would probably equate to being larger than if we did just one whole Athena quest, which takes probably more time.
Depends.
Okay, so
it really depends. It's also like how much time we want to spend, because it's 10 o'clock now. Like, do we want to go past midnight? I kind of imagine not.
No, I don't.
Yeah, so it's like... It's probably just doing the things we feel like doing is going to take the 2 hours anyway. If I had to guess. I'll buy some crates anyways.
Yeah. Oh yeah, thanks.
Since you bought them last time. I'll crate. And the wood crate. You know anything about that show, Squid Game?
Do I know
They're
anything
talking
about it?
Yeah, I saw it on Netflix earlier since I was watching Baki again, the newer stuff.
I can't say I really care about it. I don't know. I heard everyone talking about it when it first happened, and now I've heard pretty much no one talk about it for a while. So I don't know.
Birthday. Alright, so we're ignoring the skeleton ones, basically, right?
For now, yeah.
Shipwreck Bay has a grog-soaked Ed as well, so it's a delivery pickup location.
Okay, so I'll double mark that. I'm looking for Smuggler's Bay.
I guess we'll look at this one later. Smuggler's Bay. Sanctuary Outpost is one of them. That's in the top left somewhere. And then a couple of these digger ones appear to be on smaller chains of islands.
Except for Sailor's Bounty. It's a pretty large one.
Sailor's Bounty? Oh, is that where one of them was?
Yeah, it's up by Smuggler's Bay.
Oh yeah, it is kind of big.
Sanctuary Outpost is with one of the Merchant Alliance ones.
So what's this? Didn't we call this one like Sperm Island before?
Which one? Oh, I've already marked that.
Have you?
Yeah, it's Rapier K.
Ah, yes. Okay, that's everything that isn't a Skelly fight, basically.
Okay.
I guess we'll just do that. So,
what's on Snake Island?
Skelly fight.
Oh, I marked that. Okay.
It isn't the biggest. It isn't the biggest one, but
is it only 3? It's 4.
No, I'm just the island itself. Oh yeah, it's that one. It's that one again. I mean, do you want to fight Skellies? Basically, is the real question.
We could leave it for later because again, like, it's sort of a 1 out of 4 chance that they'll actually have anything worthwhile. In other words, like a what are they called? Those ancient skulls. Those are pretty much the only thing that you get that's worthwhile from them.
Yeah, Cannon Cove is right there.
Yes. Okay, that's another one. So all the ones we don't want to do, I'm marking with this down thing, and then the ones that are doubled up, like Shipwreck Bay, where there's...
Shipwreck Bay is the only one that's doubled up.
Yeah. Okay, so that has 2 hits there, and that's...
Yeah. The other deliveries one is Sanctuary Outpost, which I think you marked. It's up in the top left.
Yeah, I should have them all marked now. Sanctuary Outpost.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
Basically the question is, do we get attacked tonight?
Yeah, well, like I said, I only saw one other Athena out there, so who knows what other people are flying.
You never really know what people's motivations are.
True. So Shipwreck Bay is another pick up and drop off. I'm almost tempted just to go...
it's also a treasure hunt. It's a treasure hunt, yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Right. How many locations?
On Shipwreck Bay, the rumors fair, something lies hidden there.
Yes.
So it's the runaround thing.
Alright.
In terms of mapping this out, let's see. Shipwreck Bay is kind of... Alright, yeah, sure. Closest thing is Snake Island, which is a Skelly fight. Next closest thing I think is actually Shipwreck Bay. Because like everything is on like the north half of the map, it feels like.
Yeah, I'm almost tempted just to go right there and do all of those things, get them out of the way, and then if we have time to do the rest, then
it's like go to Shipwreck Bay, find the treasure, pick up the stuff from the guy after we find the treasure, and then deliver it presumably somewhere nearby. Like they might even be the Sanctuary Outpost for all we know, and then just like grab all the stuff up here, pretty much. Because Raker K is digging, Sanctuary Outpost is pick up, Sailor's Bounty's digging, Smuggler's Bay must be another treasure hunt thing. So yeah, I guess we'll just head north to Smuggler or Shipwreck Bay.
Alright. Which is luckily with the wind tonight.
Good. If the wind is with us, let's just go with the wind.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, I binge watched that new Baki stuff God, that show is
What is
so
it?
bad, but also good. It's an anime, Netflix original anime that they made for this manga called like Grappler Baki.
No, I don't know it.
Anyway, it's like this super machismo, fighting is life kind of thing.
No. Oh, by the
it's
way,
like, it's bad, but it's also fun to watch. So it's like a guilty pleasure kind of watch for me.
Sarah and I just finished watching What We Do in the Shadows, all 3 seasons of it.
Oh, I thought that was a movie.
It was, and then they made a show out of it.
Well, that's Taika Waititi, right?
Yeah, he's the director, and it's also got Jermaine from Flight of the Conchords in it. I mean, he was also in the movie, but it's. I enjoyed the series pretty much the whole way through. It had its moments where it wasn't always that great, but there were definitely some things that like really stood out as being just fucking hysterical. And also in terms of how, because it's about vampires, but the way they built up the characters in it and the lore around the show is pretty well done. And it was shot in Toronto. And I actually know someone who worked on set on it.
We gotta turn more into the west. We're sailing northeast right now.
Alright, well first come find me, or see if you can find me anyway.
Well, I mean, I can see you. You're clipping through the wall, and like since we're on the same ship crew, I can see your nameplate.
Yes, I know. But that's the new tucking spot that I found. Holy shit, we did go way off course. So we're headed towards...
Oh, is there a storm over there?
Oh, to the west?
It's mostly north. Mostly north.
Yeah, but hopefully it's not over a shipwreck.
Well, I think there's a storm where we want to... Yeah, there is. Not that it's the biggest deal ever. We don't have any kegs, so it's like, okay, we might have some trouble steering the ship and take out some water. And maybe get struck by lightning. Maybe. But that's...
Maybe get struck by lightning. Maybe go down. Maybe the ship sinks, gets a little wet.
It's hard to do any worse than getting absolutely annihilated at the very end of everything, so if we sink at the beginning, like, who gives a shit at this point?
True.
Like, at the end of the day yesterday, like, my brain was mostly just going, food, right? Not yesterday. But when we were playing in the middle of the day, I was so hungry, I could not think of anything. I'm just like, okay, let's just unload this ship before anyone shows up.
Did you have like
immediately showed up?
Did you have like the running? What do you call it? What kind of a workout is running again? I should know this.
Cardio.
Yeah. So did you have like the cardio afterburn thing, like where you basically just want to keep eating for the whole day because it feels like you're constantly hungry?
I might have.
Yeah.
When did I go running? I went on Saturday.
Yeah.
Were we playing on Saturday?
Morning. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, pretty much maybe. And I would have gone today probably if it weren't for the dentist appointment. Okay.
I'm
pay
gonna
a bunch of money to have people. Oh sure. Pay a bunch of money to have people drill into your mouth, fill it with a quick dry solution of some sort.
Did you go to a place on Bloor West?
Yeah, my dentist is Bloor and near Royal York.
Oh, Bloor.
Nice lady. Has a bunch of frogs all over her office. Kind of reminds me of my aunt.
Like,
not for the frogs, because my aunt used to like collect rooster stuff.
Okay.
So like her chicken had like 76 different things that represented roosters in it, and so there's like this nice older woman with the same color hair and everything, except she's collecting frog stuff instead of rooster stuff.
They're like statues, right?
Statues,
figurines.
Pictures, like little things. It just had the animal on it, one way or another.
I think Dave and I actually go to the same dentist. I'm coming back.
What, the same dentist as me?
No, the same dentist. Like, we go to the same dentist as each other. How are we pointed right now?
It's gonna turn right a little bit up ahead. It's just a little hard to tell with the waves sometimes.
Once we're past the Crooked Pass, yeah, you can just go directly northwest.
I think it's Flameheart's up behind
Yeah,
that cloud over to the left.
Yeah. No other forts so far. It looks like we're not going to hit that storm, which is good.
Yeah, I guess it was farther away than it looked. That's it. It's like behind the island, right? It might be moving away from us. Or we're like chasing the storm. Yeah.
Well, you would think, if you're going by logic, that the wind is actually blowing it out of the way.
Oh.
But who knows if the game is actually following that logic.
That kind of makes sense, yeah.
It does, except for the fact that the wind shifts and it's not the same across the entire map, right? Yeah.
Oh, right. So we want to go onto the north side of the island because that's where the dude is. I remember now. It's a tricky place to navigate into.
Right. Is he on one of the north rocks, or is he in
No,
the
he's on the beach. He's on the beach of like the main area, but like
Okay.
he's just on the north side of the island.
Okay.
As we actually picked up from him on Saturday as well. Oh, did you ever wind up watching that thing I sent you on Discord?
Of Super Mega?
No, the Game Grumps.
Or, yeah, Game Grumps, sorry, I get them mixed up. Yeah, I watched a bit of it. I didn't watch the whole thing, just because, like, it's friggin' long.
15 minutes, yeah. The beginning is a little slow. They kind of like warm you up a bit and ease you into it.
Oh shit, maybe I should have given it a bit longer then. Because in the beginning I was like, it's okay. It's not quite as funny as what I remember them being like, but maybe I could give it a
They
bit
took
more.
the mild. They took like the milder stuff at the beginning, and it just gets consistently like dumber.
Because
I feel like there's some stuff in there you'll like. You just gotta get to it.
it starts out with them just like laughing like idiots pretty much the whole way through as soon as any of the songs come on. And it almost seems as if you have to know sort of the context of what they're talking about, but
Not really. I know maybe like 40% of the things that they're doing there. I still enjoyed all of it.
by the way, I saw
Just-
a...
Just
I
matters
think I saw
if you like it there.
yeah, there's a galleon off in the distance. I can't tell if it's a Skelly or a player.
Is this Shipwreck Bay?
Yes. Yeah, that's just Shipwreck Bay.
Oh,
Someone's
well,
shooting at us.
apparently there's a skeleton up there. I mean, that has to be a skeleton if they're missing
Yeah.
like that.
You can tell by the interval that they shoot at.
Why does this feel different than last time?
What do you mean? Are you taking us in between here, like next to the cannon?
Yeah.
Alright.
I mean, I get close enough, it'll stop being an issue.
Well, he'll lose his angle, that's for sure.
Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, so there's the dude right there.
Alright, I'm just gonna repair this hole. I managed to hit the skeleton once up on the cannon.
So there's the dude.
And where's the map?
Like, I don't want to spoil it in case you do think it's funny, but I also don't want to hype it up too much. Because if, like, you don't think it's funny, then it's like you're talking a bunch of shit. And you're like, Marco, what are you talking about? This is dumb.
No, I'll watch the rest of it. Or I'll at least, like, skip forward a little bit. Okay, so...
Alright, so
that's
he's
going
got four
on.
four things for us to pick up. I guess I'll just come and grab stuff with you.
Yeah. 2 things of cloth, 1 plant, and they're going to the North Star Sea Post, which is in the direction that we need to go after this anyway.
Yeah, it's like due west of here. As a matter of fact, I think that's where the stuff from this dude went last time, too.
Okay, so the next thing is
I
over in
guess
the
I'll build
east.
some water into the bottom of the ship a bit. How much water needs to be in the ship? Like 1 bucket from the ocean's good enough, right?
For the plant?
Yeah.
Nah, it's gotta be a couple buckets, actually. Because the plant does actually heat up.
That's a lot of skeletons, holy shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is.
They really don't want us to deliver these plants. I kind of hate how they made the skeletons with guns actually dangerous.
Yeah, and they've improved their accuracy and...
You know what? We can harpoon the crates that aren't the rum barrel crates, right? I think I'm just going to turn the ship around and try to harpoon those things.
The cloth crates? Yeah. Do you have the plant as well?
Yeah, I'm carrying the plant. Like I carried the bottles because, you know, it's the bottles.
Right. I'm going to get started on this map marker. The wrecked hull in the waters of the east coast. I now demand hoist lanterns aloft while you stand.
Let's just aim more or less way out. 2. I guess it also makes sense to not leave these out on the deck in case we go into the rain for the cloth, so I'll just put them in the cabin's place.
Yeah, it's usually where I leave them. There's a whole shipwreck here. I don't get where it wants me to stack it.
Sounds like you figured it out.
Again, it's just a specific part of the shipwreck, which is kind of annoying. Finally cross the Black Witch, then take heed. Reading this map is what you need. I think I'm right next to that. Black Witch.
Pressed.
Got it. So this is going way easier than last time.
From the anchor resting on stone near the Black Witch's remains, ye are getting near 8 paces northeast and shovel here. I guess I should cannon over to you to cover you if you get attacked by shit.
Maybe. I gotta find the anchor.
The anchor. Oh, I landed on it.
Did you?
Yep.
So 8 paces southeast?
Northeast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Around here somewhere then. Yep. Apparently you got credit for that one.
Oh.
What do we got? Maybe. Ooh, an ancient one.
Yeah, one
Nice.
ancient goblet. Okay. Ah, that's worth it for coming here.
As long as we actually have the flag when we turn it in and don't get murdered on the way, I'm happy. I mean, that was very fast, the stuff we did.
What, the clues that I found just now?
Yeah, that, like, we picked everything up.
Oh, you got it. Okay.
We picked everything up and picked up the chest, so we've done like 1.5 quests already. And we were on this island for like next to no time. North Star Seapost is not far. I'm just gonna head there.
Yeah, it's directly
like,
west.
Yeah, like I was gonna say, it should be due west of here because it was due west of here on the Saturday. I remember it's like it's the same thing going on.
think that's the right direction.
More or less, I just gotta get out past these rocks. How's the wind? We can kind of catch the wind.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like we're sailing towards a storm again.
I have a feeling that a large crew joined not too long ago, so I'm just a little worried there might be a Reaper on the map, but it doesn't look like it so far, so good.
I think that's a Skelly Galleon over to the west that we're sailing towards. Certainly
Yeah,
looks like one.
It looks like it. That's over to the west?
Yeah, that's the west. That's where we're headed.
No, I mean the Skelly Gal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's the problem with being in a PvP always on game when you don't feel like PvPing. Just like, you're always nervous. Or at least I am.
This game has really taught me to just kind of let go when it comes to this stuff. Especially now that I've reached Higher Legend, I'm not quite as concerned with doing everything, and it really is just more boiling down to having fun. Which admittedly, like I said, doing Athena shit is not always that fun because of how much work is involved with it, but it leads to things that can be fun, I think. So, the payoff. Plus, it does feel like a pretty big accomplishment when you actually finish it and you see that rep go up.
Yeah.
Because you know the work that went into it.
So what we should do, I think, is get all the stuff we want to get done in, turn all that stuff in, and then decide at that point if we feel like trying to finish the 2 Skelly quests. Because if we're fast enough, we might even consider doing that.
Yeah.
Or we can just stop there, or we can do, like, stop the quest and start a new one, or, I don't know, gauge our options. But if everything goes as fast as what we just did, we would be on pace, you know? Because to be fair, like, we took 3 hours on Saturday, but we were going really slow.
Yeah. And it was really just like figuring out, because the first thing we did was looking for buried treasure based on one of those clue maps, and that just takes forever.
That whole run was cursed. If you're a pirate and you're against the wind all the time, you're cursed. We were cursed.
I guess so. Yeah, it's a Skelly Gal over there. Also oh, you can see where the storm is in the sea post. It's right up on our right.
Yep, this looks like we're going to deliver stuff in the storm, because the storm appears to be moving towards the sea post a tiny bit. Yep.
Which is odd. It's doing that, but...
Well, all we really got to do is anchor. If the crates of luxurious cloth get wet, who gives a shit?
Not me.
Like, we might get struck by lightning. Alright, how soon until I lose control of the ship? We might need you to ready to anchor.
Yeah.
For me. Alright. I can barely see it anymore. Alright,
It's just
now
object
losing
rights.
control. Yeah. Yeah, it's just like that hard to see. We're almost there. Let's say... Yeah, this is fine.
Actually, I guess I'll...
No, you don't want to raise anchor in the storm. That being said, who's going to attack us in the storm?
Well, no one, but the ship.
Actually, no, it did happen once.
We got attacked in the storm? That's not such. It's
Derek.
going to this guy.
Derek.
Or this lady. Who's going to?
Sarek.
Yeah,
That's her. Sarek sounds like a man's name, doesn't it? Let's see why you think so.
Well, Sarek is Spock's dad, so...
Who's dad?
Spock's.
Fox.
Yeah.
Like Johann Sebastian Bach?
No. Spock. Star Trek.
Oh,
Spock.
Spock. Oh, I misheard, obviously. I can't see shit with this plant.
At least I think that's his name anyway.
Alright.
So I think we might as well continue northwest from here, even though that's kind of impossible to tell which direction that is.
That is pretty much the way we're facing right now.
Yeah.
So if you keep the wheel straight.
Yeah, just lower our sails then. And we got a bail as well. It sounds like there's a fair bit of water below.
Or I should have storm. I'll bail a bit, but
I don't even know where the storm ends though. I'm gonna try and take us out.
whoop.
I think that was late.
What? Did anything take damage from that?
Yeah, I heard something. It could have been
there
there.
it is.
I'm not sure.
There it is. I see it. I see it. It's wood. Okay. It's wood. It was just hard to notice sometimes when it's not actively leaking. Take a quick look at the map now that that's fixed.
Yep. It's a little.
All right, so yeah,
more
so we're right
stable
next.
now, too.
We're right next to one of the skelly things that we don't want to do.
Which rum rubber?
Ken and Co, which is due west of here, but we can leave that for that decision for later.
Okay.
I would go to Sanctuary Outpost to pick up the other stuff because it's the closest thing otherwise, and it is. If you turn left like 45 degrees, you'll be heading towards it.
Okay.
I guess I'll just stay looking at the map and let you know when you're aimed properly.
Yeah, I can't aim entirely there just yet because of the rocks.
Okay.
But I'll,
Yeah, you're pointed good now.
Okay.
You shouldn't be in this too. Oh, wow, this is going to be a little dicey to navigate through, isn't it?
Should
In a
be.
storm.
No, we're out of the
we're
storm
actually.
now.
Oh,
But
we
there's
are.
a sloop ahead. A player sloop.
Well, are they at the outpost?
Nope, they're going
Oh,
away.
they're like right here.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, if we don't want to engage,
they might be the other Athena.
you can head due west to Rapier Cay and just see if they leave us alone or not. They might just be doing other quests. Who knows?
Looks like it. What's that Rapier Cay?
I think it's one of the digging up quests, and it's a small island, so it's not hard to do.
Ah, they are another Athena. They're level 5.
Are they after us?
Nope. Doesn't look like it.
There's a mermaid in the water.
Where?
Behind us, and it kind of feels like they're turning towards us. Maybe. They're either sailing directly towards us or directly away from us. Can't quite tell. But I think someone dove into the water to like prep us. Whoop. I don't want to aim right at this rock.
I think we can go between them. But actually that course is better because it gives us more wind.
I mean, you could go between them, yeah. But you don't really need to because the Rapier Cay is slightly to the right of them anyway. So, how are they looking back there? Are they turning towards us at all?
I can't tell. They're still pretty far away. It looks like they're moving off, but it's hard to tell.
It felt like they had someone getting ready to like board our ship if we turned around coming after them.
Well,
based
did
on
you
the fact that there was a mermaid?
So you just saw the mermaid, you didn't actually see them.
No. But like I said, it just sounds like someone was like in the water ready to like try and sneak onto our ship if we turned after them.
I see.
That's what it felt like.
Well, we could continue north and just ignore this for now. Although,
I mean, we're right here.
I think they're gone.
I mean, where are we? It's like right up ahead.
I'll check.
I think it's right up here.
Just off to our left ahead.
It's so small. Try and get as close as I can without hitting. I think there's a skelly there, Keymaster or something.
Yep, could be.
Appears to be on fire.
It's his aura.
Oh, you already there's a cell.
Yep.
Alright, let's take a quick look off the back of the ship at the other guys, if they're even there anymore.
Pretty sure they're gone.
I don't see anything. Okay, I don't think they're interested in us.
I don't get how I'm missing all these shots.
Got him. What you got, Skelly Mans? Ashen Key. Oh, it was an Ashen Keymaster.
Not really all that useful for what we want right now, but...
If we find an Ashen chest.
So I guess everything's on the main island, not really on the small islands.
I mean, this place is real tiny. So it's like, it all feels like the main island, honestly. I guess I'll go to the very end and get the, this one. Oh, is this a chest of rage? Got a face on it that looks kind of demonic.
Yeah, it's a chest of rage. Found the first Athena item.
I feel like we should go to Sanctuary Outpost just to get rid of this stupid thing.
The chest of rage?
Yeah.
There are two castaway chests here. I think they're castaway chests, or Marauder's chests.
Because the chest of rage just goes to the gold. Like, we could just ignore the chest of rage if we don't want to deal with it.
We could ignore all these chests except for the one you're carrying, to be honest. I mean, I'll continue digging these up, but I'm fine with leaving the chest of rage behind.
Well, the thing is, we want to go to Sanctuary Outpost anyways, so we may as well just go there and sell the chest of rage.
That's true. Ooh, shit, I shouldn't have done that. I accidentally struck the chest of rage. If you hit it enough times, it explodes.
Oh.
Like, it explodes, and then, ooh, this is not the one that I really want to get first, but anyway.
Alright, I'm gonna just carry the Ashen Key onto the ship because good luck hitting that with the harpoon.
Yeah, that's pretty tough.
Alright, sounds like we're taking care of the thing. We haven't seen any rowboats, have we?
Not here, no.
I mean, we could even just sell the Athena shit we have right away at level 2 if you want. Since we're going to an outpost anyway. Or we want to wait till at least level 3. I feel like we can hit level 3 with the stuff we have.
Yeah, we could at least get to level 3, because we'll be so far off on the map that I don't think we'll really need to worry about too much.
How is that not hitting it, man? There we go. God, it's like landing right next to the damn thing. May as well put it in here for now, since we don't have one in a chalice, I think. Alright, I guess I'll just aim us towards Sanctuary Outpost.
Yeah, I'm overboard. I'm just bailing water into the boat because it's easier than using the bucket or whatever it is, the bilge.
Yeah, I guess we're going to Sanctuary Outpost. Alright, northeast. How much water we got on the ship? Oh, not that much. It already dried it all up.
Yeah, it burns through pretty damn quick. I can hear it already sizzling, actually.
Doing almost a 180, but not quite. I think we can just straight up see Sanctuary Outpost over there. Although this time I don't intend to like beach us and clip to the rocks again. God.
Alright, so we're just gonna go there and sell the gold hoarder stuff for now?
Yeah, especially the Chest of Rage.
Right.
But it's also a pickup location for the, or what do you call it? The Merchant Alliance quest.
Oh, okay. Meat bag. Go pee on the Chest of Rage.
Maybe the Chest of Rage is into that.
It's into water sports.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a Monday. I feel like people on Mondays tend to be more passive, in my experience.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Well, I mean, just like, from what I've encountered personally.
Could be.
I'm not saying that's like a rule, it's just like what I've experienced personally.
Sanctuary is a little bit further to the north.
Yeah, I'm trying to land on the east side. That's where the dock is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, actually, on the east side.
Yeah. That's why we're going this way.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Already need to slow down. Jeez. Yeah, and on Saturday, it was just like after 3 hours of no PvP, my brain was not ready to just immediately start fighting.
Yeah.
It's like, there was just so much wrong with that, that day. And you could probably tell just how annoyed I was, too. That's why that's what I'm
with the outcome of that? Well, same goes for me, too, yeah. But really, it also came down to the fact that, like, as we both said, neither of us are really big on PvP at all, so... Or just don't even have that much practice, I guess is probably more accurate.
Yeah, like, my PvP is always like in games where you just get queued into a match and fight someone right away kind of deal. I do like this parking job.
Hold on, I'm just dealing with a Chest of Rage.
It's not the best parking job you'll ever see, but we're not too far.
Alright, I'm gonna get rid of this thing. First.
Alright, what do we got here? Some Marauder's chest. I'll grab that. And then I guess, like, on the way back, like, go to whoever we're picking stuff up from. So it's like a round trip kind of deal.
There are also... Oh, it's not bad for that. 4,000 and change. There are also, some Order of Souls items, and... I think it's mainly just Order of Souls that we also have.
From Wendy,
oh, no,
so Wendy must be weapons, right?
Yep.
Weapons
oh, that's for the, that's where you're picking up the delivery from, right?
Yeah, I don't see... Oh, is it right here?
Yep. It's got the bullseye by it.
Hey, Wendy, what's up? Right, who are we delivering these to? Deadshot Charlotte at Lone Cove. I don't think that's one of our destinations currently. Hey, look, more plants to throw water into the lower deck with.
Hmm. I guess it's a good thing I didn't bail all of it out.
Carrying these plants is so annoying.
Yeah. Where are they being delivered to again? I guess I could just read.
Lone Cove.
Lone Cove.
Whoa, you zoomed in way the hell. Okay, Lone Cove is like literally over here, and I would imagine that she is on the beach. It's like the closest island northeast of here, pretty much, is Lone Cove. Which we may as well go to first, honestly.
Is it on the way before going completely to the northwest?
Yeah, it kind of makes a circle now. So like we go there and then we head northwest a bit and we head southwest a bit and we'll hit all three. The islands kind of make a circle in that way. We're not being very greedy.
Are you getting the last plant?
Yeah.
I think that's the last thing that's there.
Anything else worth selling at this point? We pretty much just wanted to get rid of the Chester Ridge because it's a nuisance.
Yeah, there's a key, an ashen key, but to be honest, it's probably not worth it right now.
I'd rather hold on to that in case we find an ashen chest, personally.
Yeah, the only person who really wants that anyway is Lorena.
All right.
I think
we're good to go.
Stranger takes it. All right. So I missed where we need to go.
You can literally see the island northeast of here, yeah?
Northeast, okay.
And there's some sort of, what was her name? Well, I'm assuming there's only one person on the island, one NPC per island, usually, so wherever she is.
Deadshot Charlotte.
Oh, yeah,
you know
Charlotte.
what? I think she's actually on the beach that's right ahead of us.
Yeah, that's where I'm heading anyway.
Yeah, I remember where she is. So if you actually aim a little bit further northeast, you'll be pointed right at the beach.
I will. It's just a matter of going around this rock.
I see. Just want to check our nest for a minute.
What, people talking?
No. For anyone else. I'm actually less concerned about Tucker's being up on the crow's nest than anywhere else on the ship, to be honest. Just because it's such an obvious spot. I would have thought like the place that I showed you, that's possibly a more obvious or a more difficult place to find someone.
Well, I mean, you were clipping through the wall.
Yes. But I'm not.
You
the
have
only
to do
one
it in a
that.
specific way.
Yeah, you do. You basically go on top of this back buckle, the one that lets you set the sail angle, like right up against the back. You have to be facing forward, and then you go into the tuck position.
Like I see her?
Yeah, she should be sort of on those rocks to the left, right on the beach.
Yeah. I'm gonna kind of try and turn a bit.
We don't have any cloth, do we? It's just rum, plants, and...
Well, I brought on 2 things of plants. Is that a pig or a keg?
It's a keg.
Yeah. Alright. Shoot it.
I did.
We don't even have to worry about getting stuff wet. Just jump right in the water. There's also something on the beach next to her there.
I'm hoping it's not the...
Oh, it's a cat's chest. Nice, I'll grab that. Very convenient place for some random ass loot to spawn. Sounds like some skeletons are spawning.
Yeah, one's got a keg.
They really hate deliveries. Well, Scully's a better shot than I am.
Not in front of Deadshot Charlotte. Oh, crap. bunch of his buddies
Well, it would be a real shame if they were.
in cannon range.
You know it. Nah, they're too close. Well, at least I got the big guy.
Hold on, I'll lure them away.
Oh, I shot his electricity thing out of the air.
Yeah, you can do that and then actually electrocute them if you time it right.
Aim's too high.
Come on, dickbag.
Talking to me?
Nope. This dumbass. Alright, I didn't bring anything with me, unfortunately.
Let's see. Okay, there's still 2 plant crates here. So I guess we each delivered rum crates, yeah?
You delivered rum crates, I delivered one of the plants.
Wait, did we have 3 plants?
Yep. There's 3 plants, 1 rum crate.
Oh, I see. Thought we had 2 of each for some reason.
I hear a mermaid gem, but I don't care. That works. Alright, where's next from here?
I think it's that. I think we're like literally pointed at it.
Smuggler's Bay is what we're pointed at.
Yeah, that sounds right to me.
We're actually going through these pretty damn fast. Smuggler's Bay is another riddle quest.
Yeah. Well, we're going through these fast because we're not fighting skeletons who refuse to spawn or are spawning in caves over and over again. And we also haven't fucked up any of the riddles or anything.
Yeah, and
yet.
We didn't have to do any of that shit at night either.
Okay, the sun's about to set, so hopefully this one's not too bad. Dark. Yeah, like, when I think about it, when I was watching that for the first time, my first reaction to, like, especially the first 2 songs that they did for the Game Grumps thing, it was pretty weak. I'm like, this is kind of lame. I don't know if I want to watch the rest. But it gets better, in my opinion.
Alright, I'll give it a second shot. And then...
I'm just curious, like, which was the last song that you stopped on?
Oh, I don't remember, because they all started to sort of, like, blending together. It would have been easier trying to figure out which game they were playing at the time. But I really don't remember. So, Smuggler's Bay you can sail right into. It's got that big hole in the front of the bay. I think it's actually the island that you start the game on. Like the one you did the tutorial on.
It's not the one you do the tutorial on, but I think you always spawn there once you connect to the server for the first time. Like the regular server, not the...
Oh, like when you're first starting playing the game from the very beginning.
Yeah, because that's where I was the first time I loaded into the game. Instead of at an outpost, I loaded there.
And that's where they got you to like fix your ship, get it ready, and then take it out into the sea.
Yeah, and I guess it only loads people there if there's nobody around, or it'll pick a different server or something.
Maybe. I know that there have been some times where we've, after we've sunk, we've started back up here.
Well, after you sink, you can start at any island that isn't an outpost.
Yes, but there are times where we have started here because it's just a distinct island.
I guess it's Smuggler's Bay because it's easy to conceal your ship here. You can only see it from the south. Really? Oh, there's a rowboat there. Off to the right.
Is there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a harpoon one, but it's okay.
It's a rowboat, which we do not have.
Better than no
And there appears to be a mermaid gem in the water off to the left here as well.
Again, normally I would care, but not right now.
Just taking stock of what's around. Oh, can you beat the angle? Can you beat the angle?
Yes.
Congratulations.
I just compensated a little bit. Okay, the wooden ruins in the East Beach hides a thing.
Well, you're on the east.
Yep.
That works.
Where are the wooden ruins? I guess these are them? Play an instrument.
I'll grab the rowboat.
Alright.
Since alternative, like, where does it want you to go? Maybe I can can into the other section before you can or something.
A large camp. If you check the map, you might be able to see it better than I can. I'll grab the rowboat.
it's like directly behind the ship. Like, look at all those. I'll just go up there. You can grab the rowboat. Yeah, that's what I was saying, because like you're at the rowboat, and you probably have to go somewhere far away from it. So it actually makes more sense if I do the next step.
Oh, the large camp is where all the light is, I guess.
That's what I'm guessing. Yep. Oh, nice skeleton. Nice skeleton. The Barrel Maker's grave to the west holds secrets untold. Alright, find the Barrel Maker's grave, I guess. I wonder what it's marked with. But it says it's to the west, so you're kind of doing like a circle, half circle on the island at this rate. Start east and go north, and then I head west.
Got some ocean crawlers following me.
Alright. I'm gonna... Phantoms. Another ocean crawler. Headshot. Alright. There's one more slow dude by the ship, but like, whatever.
Oh, one of the big guys, yeah. I'm not worried about
Yeah. So the west... I feel like it's not the west beach. I feel like it's up here somewhere. Let's look at
Barrel
graves. No.
That's still the northwest.
I'm gonna head back down so that we're not looking in the same place. Does it say anything about a beach or?
No,
But
but
to the west holds secrets untold. Okay. It just
it
says it's
should
on the
be
west side.
fairly easy to find because it'll probably have barrels around it and
It
be
might
marked
be
like a small grave.
It might just be the other way. It might just be on the southwest, not the northwest, right? So I'm gonna go look there.
Yeah, maybe.
There's another rowboat.
Is that of a harpoon?
Oh wait, no, it's a sunken rowboat. That's not a grave, is it? No, it's a tent. Shorts. You have a keg and I'm out of ammo. No.
Oh, I might have found something. What, is someone chasing you?
Yeah, it's a skelly with a keg, and I don't have any bullets left.
Told, untold. Northeast. I think I found it. Because there's a guy here that's over a barrel, and he's dead. But it's not a grave.
I'll try it. I haven't seen anything over here.
Northeast. Are you by the ship?
Yeah, I'm sword lunging back to the ship since I'm out of ammo and there's nothing up there. Man, got a lot of distance off of that one. Plus I found a bunch of supplies, may as well throw them in. But mainly I just want some ammo to like not have to get exploded by a skeleton.
Something tells me this isn't it. Barrel Maker's Grave West.
Oh, there's a fruit crate on the beach. That's always useful.
This is the west, but I don't know that it's like the extreme west.
I can check from the crow's nest. See what I can see up there. One of the times where it makes sense to go up here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I figured a grave would kind of stand out. Unless they mean like that crashed rowboat or something.
Well, this has a dead guy huddled over a table, and he's sitting on a barrel. So that's why I figure that it's his grave. But
well,
can't figure what else it might be.
It might just not be as high as that. I'm gonna check out closer to the center of the map, but slightly west of where we were. Oh, this looks like it. I think it's here. Direction we have to go?
Northeast, 9 paces.
9 paces, okay. This looks like a marked grave for sure.
Oh, that's more likely, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right before these rocks, basically.
Yep.
Okay, so we were just looking too far west, as it turns out. Well, we only lost like 2 minutes on that, whatever. What do we got?
Oh, Skull of
ancient
Ancient Fortunes. Cool.
These gold order ones always seem to be...
Wait, hold on a sec.
Oh, did you pick it up?
Yeah, by accident.
Yeah, Burb. Get out of the way, Burb. Okay. I know you're excited for treasure. This ocean crawler's been chasing me for like forever.
There is a crate up there that I could go and get, but I'm not going to bother with it.
There's a snake in the water here. Just FYI.
Not anymore.
Oh, I guess I should have said there's soon to be snake meat in the water. Alright. And that just leaves Sailor's Bounty, and then after that it's everything that wasn't
The 2 skeleton islands.
Yeah. Oh, what's this other one here? That's some other island we didn't even go to.
What other island?
You found like a message in a bottle earlier, I think.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I mean, if we happen to like sail right next to whatever that is, maybe, but like, who cares? Otherwise. Oh, the skeleton spawned just in time to say goodbye.
Lucky for them, I was out of ammo too.
Yeah, like, because when we saw the word west, we were thinking pretty much extreme west. Oh, there's that skelly with the keg that was chasing me earlier,
Where?
off to the right of the ship.
Huh. Got him.
Nice shot. Nicely done.
I keep forgetting that there's very little bullet drop in this game. And once you sort of just compensate for the angle of the ship, you don't really have to worry too much about that. So the next one is a dig up quest, and then where's the last island that we have to dig up?
We already did one. This is the last island to dig up coming up. We've done 5 quests.
Oh,
already.
oh right, that was the message in the bottle. I see. Okay, so
Oh, there's something in the water over here.
supply
Oh, I
crates.
missed. There was a chest of some sort.
Ah,
It was Marauder's chest, whatever.
that's okay.
It was more about the fact that I missed. I don't actually care about the item itself.
They're hard to get. And again, like I think with those, you don't even have to try and compensate. You can just aim right at wherever the thing is, just shoot it.
Well, I couldn't see it through the wave, so I kind of took a blind shot.
So we
I knew it was there.
on this island, most of them are down on the furthest southwest beaches.
Alright.
So we could go there, and I could jump off earlier, because there's another one that's sort of in the northeast, one of the northeast islands in the middle. But you probably won't be able to sail into it, because it's just too tight there.
I'm just gonna go to the southwest then.
Yeah, I'll fire off once we get closer. The island's in the middle. I was also wondering if pets can be used to sniff out tuckers, but I don't think they can.
Nah, that's just kind of like
It's wishful thinking.
stuff. It would be kind of cheap if we could anyway. I think I see a skelly standing around on the beach again.
Maybe? I'm pretty sure it's one of these islands off to the right over there.
Oh no, wait, that was actually just a trunk of a tree. Never mind. The rest of the tree loaded in. I'm like, wait, no, that's a tree.
Oh. I thought it might have been like a part of a ship.
I'm gonna sail kind of around the island so that I'm facing north. Just because it'll be slightly harder to see us if we're on the other side of it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's also a rowboat here with a harpoon, if we want to take that instead.
I'll leave that to you.
And a storage crate, with not too much in it, so... But let's see now.
Getting foggy. Hey, Meatbag. Why is
there with
Meatbag...
you?
Meatbag has a white text name now, for some reason. That's weird.
A white text name? Oh, that's because that happened to, does he actually say that he's still Meatbag, or does he say that he's just a dog now?
Nah, he's still Meatbag. I think it has something to do with the fact that you're not close enough to the ship or something.
It is. Because the same thing happened to Bird when you were off ship.
Sounds familiar.
Stupid skellies. So I found an ancient goblet of something or other.
We shall sail together. I'm just gonna... I know maybe it might be overkill, honestly, but I'm just gonna work over here. here. Just so that it's not super easy to see us. They also don't want to park too far away from where I said all this other stuff was.
Yep.
Now be big screen again.
As soon as I got in range of the boat, I guess.
Pretty much. Or I got in range of you. The way of looking at it. Oh yeah, they're all like right over here. Let's see. Basically follow the edge of the green. Trees. Pretty much here. And right on cue, skeletons are mad that I'm digging up loot. Oh, I shouldn't have put away all my throwables.
Ocean crawler's great.
Well, the skellies were tied to me digging up the chest. These guys, I think, just spawned just because.
It could have been because there were two of us there.
Oh shit. No, no. That was a bad sword lunge. Apparently that was worth a Athena rip? What?
No,
Or
I
did- oh,
brought
no, no.
a thing off the ship.
The timing of that was kind of funny. At least we have a fruit crate here.
And a cannon. Is it just that one blue ocean crawler guy left?
So,
Alright.
I haven't seen them drop any siren gems lately. Is that
Really?
like a thing they removed or something?
No, it's just a chance that you
Feels like they lowered it. 'Cause I literally have not seen one.
get. So, are they all on this island? Oh, I guess you only found the one.
Yeah, the island we're on is not the one where the other two are.
Oh,
It's the other one that's slightly further away from the ship. So like
Oh,
you're
yeah,
on the
I see.
wrong island.
it's the further south one. Yeah.
Yeah. One on the north here. What is this? Ring goblet. Huh. That's like a specific to what should I call it? You know, the thing with the volcano, right? Roaring goblet.
Oh, is it
Ashen
made
reaches.
of molten stuff?
Yeah. Oh, what is this? It's a coral encrusted bottle? No, it's a random mass disgraced bounty skull. Alright. Was someone here fighting a ghost earlier and they just left it? Who knows?
No, sometimes they just spawn on islands. Man, I'm having no luck finding any of these things.
Alright.
Southwest corner.
There. There's like directly
Oh, okay,
north
maybe I'm just...
of here.
I'm looking at the wrong end, that's why. That's a gem, I don't really care about that.
I found one at the exact same time and it was also a blue sapphire. mermaid gem. So when I dug it up and it said sapphire gem found by you, I'm like, wait, what?
And it said sapphire gem discovered by you on my screen as well.
That's kind of funny. Maybe give the sapphire gems to the Order of Souls since we've found a lot of the Order stuff lately.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all the quests. At this point.
Except for the
Skelly ones. So, I mean, that took us like around an hour. Maybe a little more.
yeah, something like that.
So, I mean, if we want to, we could go fight the skeletons, honestly. Go for that chest of legends again. What do you think? Yay or nay?
Well, where are they relative to where we are?
Cannon Cove is southeast of here. It's not that far. And then Snake Island is southeast of there, like the same distance away. What the hell is this? Oh, someone's got, like... Is that a Reaper's Bounty? What the hell is that?
Yes, it is. It looks like a new icon for it.
I've never seen it. Because the thing is, there's another Reaper's Bounty over here.
Is it the yellow one or a red one?
It's a red one. So, like, the heck is this thing?
Let's see the other icon. Go back to the other red one.
Like, this is the one I'm used to over here.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I wonder if that has something to do with a one of the sunken coral treasures.
Maybe? I don't know. I don't really care.
Alright, so regardless, we need to go southeast.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that this is, like, not gonna get us killed or anything. Some capacity. We have turned around, it seems.
Yeah, I turned us a little bit to get a cannon angle. Because I can see the Reaper's Bounty over here. Like, we're pointed at it right now, right?
Yeah, that's like off the edge of the map over there. We just go south enough, it's like way off on its own. So I was super confused to what on earth that other thing was.
There's a skelly sloop behind us off our right. Don't really care about that. I wonder if
that must have come after us.
I wonder if that ship is actually the other Athena.
Well, what would that mean?
They might have got some sort of a loot from a fort, and that could be what that marker is, but I really don't know.
While you're steering, I'll see if I can Google it. Just hide below deck for a second.
Now we're against the wind. And possibly pointed towards a storm. And what looks like a player sloop. All of which are not great things to have happen.
New icon, October 2021. Map icon. Maybe it was something in that last update, and then we just didn't look at it.
Maybe. By the way, I'm taking us directly east now, on purpose.
That's fine.
We could always take a couple things off to Sanctuary Outpost on our way and sell them. Or we could just hang on to all of them, because really the most valuable stuff is all... Oh, that sounds like a Skelly ship.
Sounds like a Meg to me.
Yeah, it is. Well, I'm not gonna stop.
I guess maybe if I control F icon. Nope, no matches. I don't know. I don't know. I could just stay below deck and repair any damage we take.
He's gonna keep knocking us off course. I'm just headed directly for Sanctuary.
Well, the
Outpost
mega is
now.
worth Athena rep if we kill it.
That's true.
Maybe we should just stop.
We could. I mean, it's not too difficult to kill.
May as well.
Oh, did he leave us alone? Oh no, he's still behind us.
I think he left. Never mind.
Alright.
Where are we at now? Alright, well, we're still more or less in the right course here.
Yeah, I'm taking us south now. Well, south-southeast.
I don't really love going to Cannon Cove just because it's like close to like the 2 starter outposts and it's really easy to see when you're there, but yeah.
We are sort of headed... Oh, I think I know what that one ship is doing. He's probably fighting Flameheart. See him?
Oh yeah. The thing is, we'll be very visible.
Alright. Well, turn away from it a little bit.
The thing is, this is the side where the cove is, which is basically where we'll have to park.
What, from the north side?
Take a look. It's like the
I
west.
see. Yeah, northwest.
No, I think that guy's at an outpost. I don't think he's doing Flameheart at all.
Oh, I didn't see an outpost, but it could be.
No, there's an outpost over there.
Okay. Yeah, it just hadn't
See it now?
I guess. Yeah, I see.
I think they just loaded in, so who knows what they're up to. They would very easily see us if they get their shit together soon enough.
Yep.
Is there any chance we can fight them? No. If you see, if you see up to the left Cannon Cove, like the back side of it is fucking a sheer cliff face. So if we try to do this with the ship, we might have some issues. I don't know. Do we have enough flame grenades to try it otherwise?
We should, yeah.
Like, we could try doing it with our ship hidden.
Could.
In the meantime...
Or one of us can go onto the island and the other just sort of takes the ship around the island, but not too far away from it.
So that icon is now, like, in the middle of Lost Gold Fort. What on
Where's
earth
that?
is that? It's like it's a fort kind of south, almost in the direction we're facing.
Alright. Which direction is it Cannon Cove that we need to go to?
It's a little more to your left, but you're mostly in the right direction.
I think I'm pointed at it now.
Probably. Yeah, it's that big one over there. I really want to know what that icon is.
Yeah. Be interesting. Especially because
that ship is like pointed right at us too.
Yeah, but they're just on an island or on an outpost. We sure that is actually an outpost?
Not sure anymore.
Yeah, it's Golden Sands outpost by the look of it.
Yeah, it is. It's a little harder to tell after all the lights just turned off. Yeah, that ship just spawned there, almost certainly. Is this the one where they all spawn in a cave?
Maybe?
No, it's not. I mean, we obviously don't want to go too crazy, but we also want to use the cannons, so it's like...
Yeah, I'm gonna take us in, and then... Oh, you know what? That dock is kind of the perfect spot where they can be picked off.
Well, you're kind of shooting up. In that case, it's a little tricky to hit, to be honest.
Or there's a bunch of them on the beach right now.
I'm gonna get started with like the flame grenades I have and shit.
Yep. You see the ones on the beach, right?
No, but oftentimes there's a keg spawning on the dock here.
Save that for the big guys, I think. I'm gonna stay on the ship. If these guys come over towards us, I'm gonna bail.
There's a storage crate here. Oh shit, there's already 2 captains here.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Oh, there goes one. Sliced him up good.
Ooh, I hit something.
Yep. Well, that dude tanked my shot like a boss. Fucking
Is
just
this one of
kept
the
aiming right at
skellies?
my face. Yeah, just a random skelly. Just like did not give a shit that I was shooting him. Oh, there's like cooked kraken and shark in this supply crate. Oh, fuck me, it's these guys.
Can you head back, actually? I don't have a good shot.
Are these the guys who like need the light?
Do they have they wouldn't come out in the daytime, most likely. If they have purple eyes, then that's probably them.
Fuck it, eating the kraken. And dead anyway. That was not well done by me.
Looks like our buddies are still on that island. That's good.
Well, I was in the middle of eating kraken meat, but I guess it didn't register. Ooh.
What?
Ooh. I just drank some water and now my tooth hurts.
Oh.
I guess the
Numbing has wore off?
completely at this point. This is a small cavity, so it shouldn't be too bad, but like temperature differences will do it to you sometimes.
Yeah.
How much food have I got? Okay, so I still have my kraken and shark. Flame grenade and put that over there. I'm just gonna use that keg that I put over to the side now.
Sure.
We already got 2 of them. So yeah, just keep an eye on the dudes. Any of you guys a captain, per chance? No?
I'm gonna wait till you pass. Yeah, see one of them on fire running towards you. Doesn't look like anything else there right now. Oh, there's a couple with a keg up there, up the hill.
What is with these kegs not exploding? There we go.
Sorry if I'm not doing anything, I'm just checking.
Why am I on fire? No, that's fine.
Thought I heard someone swimming. Alright, resuming cannons. Anyone else there?
I don't think so.
Are you carrying a keg?
Yep.
Okay. I might set that off. That was another captain.
Yep.
How many is that? 3?
3, I'm pretty sure. Oh, there's the last one.
Okay. The sloop has her sails down. I don't know which way they're headed though.
Well,
They don't
if
have an
necessary,
emissary flag, so.
if necessary, then just like leave me behind.
Alright, just checking for a minute. Ooh, shit, there is a level 1 Reaper at Reaper's hideout, and we are not too far away from it. Is that the
We're gonna
last
do
one?
work. Yeah.
And are any of them Athena skulls or not?
No. May as well leave them then, yeah.
Yeah.
Just to save time.
Yep.
And the potential of the that other person.
Well, that was weird. It's the Reaper that's at Reaper's hideout that I'm more concerned about, and
Well, because we have to go next to it now.
Well, we have to. Yeah, we have to go around it or something like that. Yeah.
Snake
Or we could go
Island,
the long way around and just go like south past Wanderer's Refuge if we want to avoid them. But they took down the Reaper's flag and they put up the Reaper's mark instead. So I don't understand what they're doing. And that other symbol that we saw is at a fort, just sitting there. So maybe it's like a key.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying before that, so it's still there.
Yeah, the Reapers just disappeared. Maybe they logged off. I would still say that we should go just directly south.
They were probably trying to do that thing where you sync up with other players using the Reaper's mark, and then like someone misunderstood, so they voted for the Reaper's thing instead.
Hmm.
Alright. Yeah, let's just go to Snake Island, I guess.
Okay.
Southeast. Like, if they're gone, they're probably logged off, honestly. They're like server hopping, it sounds like.
Maybe.
Yeah, so we just left some bounty skulls behind. I don't think we really care about it. This is for the arena red. Yeah. Don't really want to spend the time putting it in that rowboat and rowing over here or anything.
No.
Oh, what's that over there?
Crate?
That looks like an ammo chest. Looks like to me. Don't really think we care about that too much.
I don't.
Oh, yeah.
So we should be headed not quite to where we need to go, but more south right now.
Yeah.
Just to take the long way there.
Wouldn't exactly call it the long way at this point.
Longer way, yeah.
So it looks like if we do this next quest, we should hit level 3.
Oh, we already hit level 3. Yep, we're just level 3 now. It looks
It's
like we're
throwing me
level
off.
4.
Yeah, it's throwing me off because it's a complete circle. Okay.
It's either we're just about to hit level 4 or we're just about to hit level 3.
I'm pretty sure we just hit level 3, didn't we? Or are we like doing way better than I thought?
Huh? What is that? Oh, another Meg?
That's a Meg.
Or is
Maybe
that a
it's the same
skelly
Meg.
ship?
No, that's Meg music. Do we want to fight it?
No, I'd rather just do the island, because it's going to take long to finish it. Not too long. And the other thing, too, is that someone else can sneak up on us. The Reapers are still gone, which is good. But I just don't think it's worth it. Plus, that other ship is in the direction that we're sailing in. The one that just spawned in.
Oh, they went this way?
Sort of, yeah. They were headed southeast.
Well, that's the direction we're going.
Not quite yet, but it will be.
You're kind of turning into an island here.
I don't know. I'm just trying to keep us as close as I can to it. Ah, there's a skelly gal over there off to her right.
Oh, there is. Is that fort up ahead that we were trying to wonder what was going on?
It's pretty far south.
No, that's a different one. What is that icon?
There's a key that you need to open up one of the forts, like one of the major forts. And I think that's it. Because it has that icon on it, from what I remember.
Yeah, it's in the fort and it's like smack dab in the middle of the structure on the island.
Yeah, that could be it then. Which way am I pointed now?
You're more or less pointed at Snake Island now.
Alright, where's Reaper's relative to us?
Reaper's is east, slightly north.
I think I see it.
Could be off on our left. Yeah, there it is. I don't see any ships over there.
Is any of that cannonball crate? Barely any
Yeah,
of the
I mean-
storage crates.
That cannonball crate, I mean, the chest of rage paid for it almost already, right? So it's like whatever. The amount of gold these things cost is minimal. Alright, what's in the water up ahead?
Did we get another, Oh, that's, the purple aura thing?
No, I'm talking about the birds. This Meg! Is this the same Meg?
I don't know, could be. It's pretty persistent, whatever it is. Oh, there's some glowing shit up to the side.
That's what I was trying to look at before. That looks like a... It's either a bounty skull or like a coral encrusted bottle.
No, I saw a skull. Oh, it looks like there might be a brigantine way off in the distance. Good thing to stay the hell away from them.
We're like sailing right at the aura of the reliquary. Does that matter?
No, you can just go right over it. It's just marking where it is on the map, I think. At least I really hope nothing happens when we go over it.
Meg is like hunting us.
I wonder if this counts almost as like an island, because if you left your ship here while you went down to do that, and a Meg was circling around you, it would just tear your ship to pieces, right? So
That's a good point.
This could almost be regarded as like another stopping point where world events can't attack you. Players can, but a world event like a Kraken or a Meg or one of the fleet ships wouldn't spawn. Maybe the fleet ships would, but they probably wouldn't do any damage. Although, unlike an island, you don't have any ground to cover your ship, so it could get shot up, I guess.
No, it's not this island. It's to the left.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I see. That's Chicken Island.
Yeah. So that's the fort over there, off to the right. That has the key, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't see anything over there.
They
But it
may
was
have-
weird. It's weird. It's like it sailed across the map into that spot. It's like, how does that work?
Well, it may go that you get a key to open up that vault from another fort. I'm not entirely sure.
So there could be someone there, but the thing is, the thing hasn't moved. Like at all.
Yeah, and I don't see a ship over there. I don't really know.
Unless they dropped some people off.
Yeah, that was my thought. That brig that's going around off in the distance could have been part of them, but I don't know. Now, I hope this is Snake Island up ahead.
It is, and we probably want to park in between the left and middle, like we have the other few times we've been here.
So what, the far west islands?
Yeah, like the side we're on, basically.
Okay.
Because that's what we've done before, and it seemed to work.
All right.
They all spawned on the west island, and we just shot at them. Oh, that's a shipwreck.
Yeah.
Oh, I see a ship. Oh wait, it's like
A dead
sideways.
ship. It was a ship.
Deck maybe at this hour. It seems to be like a emerald gem there.
On the beach.
So we don't want to be too close. I think this might be too close.
I guess it also depends which island they spawn on too.
Man, that thing. No, out of range. Why do I always check to see if the sales are before I help you? Alright, let's see if they spawned here, I guess. It was Snake Island, right? Yeah. Oh, did they not spawn on this one this time? Oh. Fuck me. Our previous, like, 3 or whatever times we've been here, they were here. I guess I'll sail to the other side then.
Sure. It's starting to play the creepy music over here. But I haven't heard any skeletons yet. Oh, there's some.
Yet another rowboat. They're at the beach, like near you?
Yep, they're right on the beach by me. But I'm...
Alright.
Okay, I've killed the first wave of them. See if I get the other one to spawn. Oh, yeah, here's something. I hear plenty of snakes, which are real annoying. Okay, gold guys. Great. Alright. I think those guys are dead. Right.
I don't know what that is glowing over there.
What? Going over
It's
where?
really on another island
guys, they died pretty quick when you light them on fire.
Yeah, these flame grenades are really good for this.
Yeah, no, they're really, really effective against skeletons.
Once we started using them, everything seems to get a lot easier.
Well, the thing is that I knew that flame grenades are good against skeletons before. Because the thing is that as soon as you light one and they run past all the other skeletons, it lights all of them on fire.
I'm gonna quickly check for people.
Looks okay from here.
Yeah, gotta be vigilant though.
Yep.
God, I hate those fort towers. They always look like ships.
Couldn't even see him. Okay. 3 captains just spawned. I think 4 of them are here. Yep, 4 of them are here. That's it.
Alright, what island is this?
Hateful, villainous. I'll go check. At least see which one it is.
These things are so... These things are in harpoon range, man. That's not what I'm gonna go for them.
Yeah, okay.
That island doesn't ring a bell.
No.
Captain Quoken? Interesting, huh?
Oh, it's Mermaid's Hideaway.
What the heck? Piece of pork? Fine,
So-
whatever. Let's go with that.
Mermaid's Hideaway is way over to the west.
Mermaid's Hideaway is like where they were hiding last time. I have bad vibes of going back there again.
True.
Come on.
We got a little bit of time left before I take us out of here.
I know.
There you go.
There we go.
There's another skull on this island too. You can see if you can. Actually, there's one on each side. Just don't hit the K.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to see before. What that was. Oh, are you kidding me? I should have had that. What? What did I hit?
Pork.
Pork? Oh, for fuck's sake. I thought I... Oh, no, I never dropped the pork. No, pork! Don't do this to me! Okay, I'm pretty sure that's a skull. I'll go repair that.
Okay. I don't think it's that bad.
Oh, it's just one hole. Oh well, my harpoon skills were lacking a little bit.
Same here. Damn.
Pork, it's the meat of kings, made from pig fat with onion rings. Alright, so moral of the story, those skeleton fights aren't so bad if you just bring a bunch of flame grenades.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like it. I mean, blender bombs aren't bad too, but they don't do as much of lasting damage as flame grenades do.
perfectly cooked pork. I'm gonna hold on to that in case I get attacked by a perfectly cooked chicken. We're sailing into the wind
Yeah.
as we approach Mermaid's Hideaway.
Doesn't spell too many good things so far. And it looks like a skelly ship off to our left, but I don't think they're any worry. They're
Well, we
pretty
want to
far.
go a little to the right anyway. That Meg popped up 3 times. Do you think it'll come back?
It might. Oh, hit him. Hit him again. Not bad. Okay, that's a skelly's. At least I think so. Looks like a fort tower. Yeah, I don't think we've got anything to worry about for a little bit. And this treasure is parked on the northwest beach. So we can basically just go as far to the far end of the map. Just park it there. Oh shit, there is another. It looks like a galleon or something like that. Maybe it's a break. I think they're doing Flameheart. Yeah, they're doing Waves of Flameheart because one of them just respawned. Alright, I'm gonna avoid all of that. I don't want to get involved.
Should hope not.
I mean, if we were doing Reaper, I'd be all for it because you could just level up super quick and then sink them, but not right now. I think Flame Pants is over Discovery Ridge again.
I think the players on the other side of the island from these ships here.
They're actually way off in the fog. Oh, there's a sloop there too. That could have been the guys that we first saw. And there's a brig on the other side of that island. I think Discovery Ridge, underneath Flameheart. I'd also like to know where the nearest outpost is from where we're going.
It'll
Golden
probably
Sands,
be
I think.
Golden Sands, yeah.
To the northeast. Just so we know.
That's where, like, we're going to where they ambushed us from, to the place where we were ambushed.
Great.
It's like getting a do-over, maybe, hopefully. I guess Burb had enough of dancing.
You stopped?
Mm-hmm.
Not supposed to stop.
I may have gotten too far away from him when I checked the map. Odds are, if they're doing Flameheart, they're gonna just, like, not want anything to do with us.
Yep.
You never know, some people are crazy though.
Well, I mean, there have been times where we've seen another player ship while we're in the middle of something like that and decided, well, the player ship is worth more. These guys, I don't know if they know what they're doing. Oh no, it looks like they're slowing down to get the loot.
Oh, we might be able to get the win now? Not quite.
No. And we're going to be turning into the wind in a minute anyway.
Yeah. Oh, I get cannon fire.
Yep. Brig is getting lit up.
Is Flameheart winning?
I don't think so. I mean, they look like they're low in the water, but it's hard to tell.
So there's a brig and a sloop over there.
The sloop is way off in the distance, though, and I'm pretty sure those are the guys that spawned in when we were around their island.
At Golden Sands, no less.
Alright, well then I'm going to suggest that one of us stays on the boat. The other one just goes and quickly digs this thing up. We get it, go and sell it. Because it's only one item, and it's going to be pretty close to where you're going to touch us down. So, should be easy.
Yeah, okay. I'll go get it. I'm pretty good at finding these things as it is.
Something off to our right side.
Good. Yeah, let's see if we can grab something of value.
After.
I don't want to shoot. Don't want to shoot blindly if there's a keg there.
There it is.
Well, got a barrel.
Glad I didn't go with that.
Empty barrel. Fuck.
Yeah, it's better than a full keg.
Yeah, well, I deliberately aimed at the red shining thing as opposed to the red not shining thing. But I hit a barrel instead, so. Oh. But it was empty. How sad is that? Reaper's Bounty's still where it was like half an hour ago.
Oh, looks like there's another sloop off to our right.
Maybe those are the ones who were there before.
Maybe.
I hate selling stuff over here. It's like all the players just chill out in this area, it seems.
That is kind of true. I wonder if going all the way, like, not entirely to the Ashen Reaches, but, you know, close would be worth it.
Well,
More stuff
I think
in the
we just
water.
we need to pay more attention to like who's nearby and what they're doing. Last time we kind of just like, oh, they're over there.
Just ignore that.
Not too worried. Yeah, it's like we both were just like mentally checked out at that point.
Yep. I lost sight of that other sloop.
They're
further
right,
south
they're
of
right
us,
over
but
there.
no, the one that's further south by the break, but they're pretty far away from us.
No, I'm pretty sure they were not interested in what we're doing. Oh, also I should shoot to the island here.
Okay, I guess you could shoot.
Apparently that got me into Shipmate of the Siren's Wrath. Alright, so I'm going to be west of these two rocks pretty much. Such that they are lined up this way. There's another thing kind of between these two. This looks like right ahead.
And I break turn.
It might be too far. You know, after saying I was pretty good at these things, I'm kind of like whiffing in a lot of these.
I think you're too far into the island.
Maybe I need to be a little closer to the rock then?
Yeah, you do. It's sort of lined up with that, I think.
Well, maybe I need to shovel where Burb is sitting.
That's always a good bet.
Dude, there's only... What? Only so many times I can miss this thing. Like, it's here somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell? I must maybe I'm. Hold on.
Oh,
It's just.
okay, no, I think you do need to go further back. You need to go further south.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
I
looking
see
at
where
the
it is.
wrong rock. I needed to be here, further west.
Yeah.
Ah.
You need to line up with the rock that's buried in the water, in the lagoon.
I mistook one of the rocks for the one east of it, or west of it.
Oh yeah, and you were right. That thing only got us up to level 3. Oh well. Well, I can see the outpost from here, and that sloop is over at that other island, but they have their lights on. I'm not really too worried about them.
Yeah, well, the galleon that attacked us also had their lights on. I'm starting to wonder if they
Do that on purpose.
make it look like they don't know what they're doing. That's some meta strategy right there.
Yeah. Strategy is strategy.
Yeah.
Or we could look for another outpost that's not in this direction.
Where is this?
They're at Crescent Isle, I think.
I don't see them. Oh, now I do. We could still stop at Golden Sands, but be like way more careful about it.
Or Sanctuary is the next one. That's further.
It's like, the thing is, it's like the same distance from that island.
Yeah.
They're on.
Oh,
They are currently
yeah,
turning. They are turning. And moving.
It looks like that break gave up on Flameheart.
They're either sailing. Wait, now their sails are all the way up? What?
It might take a while to render in what's actually going on with their ship.
Their sails were down, now their sails are up.
I think that's
So
the
which one
same
is
ship
it?
that was there before when they first spawned in.
What do you think? How nervous are we about them?
I'm not nervous right now.
Why don't we just dock at a normal location and then just like keep an eye on them? Maybe one of us runs stuff to the ship for a bit.
Yeah.
Don't use the rowboat.
Don't use the rowboat. Oh, because to load up and everything. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
No, just like because we want to be paying more attention to everything around us right now, and we don't have that many things anyway.
Right.
We just have like 3 or 4 high priority items, and then once those are in, who cares?
Okay.
Well,
I'm gonna take us. I guess not quite into the middle.
I'm just gonna grab the chest of legends right now. Because
Yeah,
if you hadn't sold that with the flag up, it would have been real bad last time.
Yeah.
Okay, so their sails are still up over there. So they might just be like new players doing stuff. Who knows? I'll leave the ship to you. I'm just gonna run back and forth as fast as I can.
Okay.
There's a rock up ahead, by the way. How things looking? That ship's still doing nothing?
Oh, they're moving.
Yeah, like
but they're
look
not
at
moving
that.
towards us.
Selling the chest of legends got us like as much as we got from Saturday.
Yeah.
Entirely.
Well, from everything else after the Chest of Legends. Yeah.
It's like,
What are you carrying now? The Crate of Legends?
yeah, creative
Alright.
legendary voyages. That was 25% of a level right there.
Alright, I'm gonna
Okay,
bring...
now.
The last crate has 3 Athena things in it, so I'll bring that over to the ladder that you'll take up, and I'm gonna load up the rowboat with the rest of the items that we care less about.
Okay, see that wasn't worth all that much, but it was worth a lot more than it was worth without the level 3 flag. Yeah. You said you brought it up to the ladder?
Oh, it's over on the other side, sorry. I didn't know which ladder you were going to be taking up.
I just couldn't see in the dark, basically.
Yep. Yeah, it looks like they're sailing around. They might be sailing away from us.
Got an email. Oh, was my dental claim processed? I had an email from them at 2 a.m. last time I went to the dentist on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, who the hell's emailing me in the middle of the night? Burb? Burb, if you don't mind.
Almost level 5.
Shiny Loot of Legends. Ah, so this took an hour less, and it was way more successful than Saturday. Turns out we were just bad on Saturday.
Yeah, pretty much. It was a weekend. Finally hit level 5.
Huh? Congratulations.
Alright, that one's empty. You know what though? All these things can be loaded up in there. Don't take this yet.
We don't really have much else, do we?
No, I mean there's just a bunch of like Gold Hoarder and Order of Souls items. We can drop this and just take the rowboat in. And is that you clipped into me? Oh no, the island was just loading. That was weird.
Well, we definitely want to lower the Athena flag now. So I'm gonna go vote in the tavern for that, since we sold all the Athena stuff.
Yeah, do you remember where the guys are on this island? Are they on the other side?
They are on
Yeah, I see where they're at.
this side you're going towards, yeah. Let's sell this to... Oh. Right. We had a key in there that I gotta go get to the arena. Alright, arena. I'm on my back. I got the key. Man, selling to these other emissaries is just not accomplish much.
No, it's much less satisfying now. What's that shining thing on the ground?
Treasure chest, probably.
Oh no, it's one of the. It's a jack-o'-lantern.
Oh, that shining thing. I thought you were talking about this empty treasure chest that I left over here.
No, I saw that, but no, there's this thing outside the Order of Souls lady.
Hate when we try to pick something up at the same time, and then like you get it right before I do, but I convince myself that I've got it.
Got it, yeah. Well, I did that before with whatever, something that we dug up. I don't remember what. Okay, I'm gonna go vote to get the flag down.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I already did.
Oh, that gave us something. Gave us a bit of a Themis Fortune rep. You didn't sell anything that was for the Athena's Fortune, did you?
No, it's just sapphire mermaid gems, bounty skulls.
Well, I hope I didn't take that down too early.
No, I mean we shouldn't have anything left.
Yeah, I know, but we just got some Athena rep right now. For some.
Was it for lowering the flag?
No, it was for something that you sold. I was taking the flag
What?
down.
That doesn't make sense. I was selling it to the Order of Souls.
I know. That's why I was asking if there was anything that you sold that was an order, an Athena thing. I guess not. Anyway, doesn't matter. Well, I'm gonna go see now if I can level up my Athena questing.
Raising Athena flag rep. It's fucking hard.
Yes. It seems like it's about as difficult as it is to get those final levels of Reaper. And it looks like lowering the flag also gave me a small amount of rep too for Athena. I don't know about you.
Oh, it actually got me to level 5.
Nice.
It wasn't that small. It was like 10% of the level. I guess I should go down there too, huh?
Yeah, because you can buy another one of those levels. Like, you know how every 5 levels you get access to something.
I thought for Athena it was 10.
I hope it's 5, but you could be right. I know it actually
done well to make it here.
changes, I think.
Whatever, I haven't been down here in a while anyway.
Yeah, it is level 10. Oh, that sucks.
You were really hoping for cooler quests, huh?
Well,
much
just something that
amazing.
would sort of speed up the progress of this. Also, I know that like you need to be level 5 to buy certain things, so now I should have access to those. I can buy a belt, boots, gloves.
These things are all the same, aren't they?
What?
It's like a bonanza thieved by the legendary Stitcher Jim. A bonanza thieved by the legendary I Rye.
Yeah,
a wealth pinched by the legendary Ruby Carter.
Yeah, they're just.
Oh, 2 of these are Devil's Roar ones. Is that better or worse? Maybe we should be doing the Devil's Roar ones.
Well, I tried the Devil's Roar one on my own, and it's fucking hard because now you're under attack from everything, including the ground that you're on. So I had to like leave islands a couple times and come back to them later when they were exploding on me. But you could try them.
I mean, it might be a spectacular failure, but it would be interesting at least. Plus, I feel like fewer people bug you when you're in the Devil's Roar.
It's true, yeah.
That's like my main thing. Plus, those islands are all really close together if you only stay there.
Yeah.
You're kind of incentivized that way, just like people will leave you alone.
True, except part of the problem with the proximity to the islands is the fact that because of how close they are, you run the risk that one that's exploding not too far away from you is going to do some damage to you if you're just within a radius of its blast, right?
Yeah. Okay, that was in fact my dental insurance claim. It makes sense. Typically don't get emails from people at midnight. It's an overnight automatic email batch process, you know?
Oh, okay, I see, yeah. So this gave me access to a hull library, but I don't have enough gold for it. I could probably actually get enough if I talk to Lorena, but...
Oh, the legendary hull? Or the Dark Adventurer's hull?
I think it's the legendary one.
The legendary one is 300k.
No, it's not that. It's the ghost hull.
Ghost hull?
Yeah, if you click on the green icon, instead of just the normal Athena's...
Oh, that one. Oh, that one's
yeah.
500k.
Yeah, it's 500k, and the ghost figurehead then you can get at level 10. The Dark Adventure stuff is pretty cool, but it's so damn expensive.
Sales at level 7.
Oh, is that? Okay, I didn't even see that.
Should I buy the sales for the hull?
It's up to you if you want.
It's expensive.
Do you have enough for the hull and the figurehead?
Well, the figurehead costs
50.
I don't know how much.
Or, sorry, the figurehead is too much, yeah. Or we can't get it right now. There was something else that I thought we could get, as well as alcohol.
Well, you can get the legendary stuff. That's like 300k a peep.
Yeah, I think Dave has all that stuff, though.
I'll hold on to my gold.
Yeah. It's kind of my thinking right now, too.
I like
Hang on
getting
to it
the
until I get
crab.
enough for everything.
I like getting in the crab boat half the time anyway.
Ocean crawl. Yeah.
Crab people. Well, I guess we're done then, huh?
That is it
Chalk
for
that
the
up as
night,
a-
yeah.
Chalk that up as a success.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back up and see if anyone lit our boat up yet.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious myself. My gut says no. My gut says nobody left. Nobody wanted to do anything to it.
I don't see it. That doesn't
Our
mean it
boat
isn't
gone?
here. I don't know where we left it. Oh, it's still here. Surprising how tame this is compared to Saturday.
I tell you, man, Mondays are like everyone's just like they've gone back to work. They just want to chill, do some PvE stuff.
I still think it depends on the server.
Oh, of course. I'm just saying on average. On average. Alright, I have lit our boat on fire, as usual.
As is tradition.
See you later.
The boat was lit on fire, which was the style at the time. Alright.
Anyways, I had an onion tied to my belt, which was a style at the time. And I had to go down to Shelbyville, which used to be called Morganville. Give me 5 Ds for a quarter. What did they say? It looked like the nickels had pictures
Yeah, they had
of bumblebees
pictures
on
of
them.
bees on them, yeah. Was that? Which was the episode with the cat burglar? That was amazing. But I love.
I don't remember what it's called, but it's like. I remember the guy's name was like Malloy.
Well, they were doing a take on not Matlock. There was some other old timey show that was like a detective show. I don't remember what it's called. But I love Abe's description of the cat burglar, where he says, "On one of my many trips to the ground," and he just falls over. Says, "I happened to notice Malloy is wearing sneakers for sneaking."
Also, he had the world's largest cubic zirconium on his desk.
Yeah.
This is like setting you up for like, oh yeah, he's like, Grandpa, your explanations don't make too much sense. He's like, oh, by the way, he had it sitting there.
Alright, time to log off of this.